things and keep my eye on my clock today as well, so I'm not doing a 3.5. Oh, we're live. Hello everybody. Are we live? Oh, muted advert. Good. Can we please skip the advert, please? Oh, Lego. Oh, it seems oddly appropriate. Okay. Anyway, hello and welcome to the stream with me, Sid. Well, he's obviously just taking shelter from the rain there, and yeah, welcome. I've been around, been doing a few bits while I was waiting for the stream to start. Well, not waiting for the stream, waiting to start the stream, not waiting for the stream to start, because obviously I was the one starting the stream, not the other way around. So that was a thing. We probably need to grab something to eat. We'll have a taco, a random taco, and we'll crack on with some work around this place. So a few people pointed out in the last episode's comments that I missed a few spikes. I have been around and fixed the spike that I missed. It was only one. It was that one. You can tell it because it's got the wrong coloured top on it. And I've done the edging around here now. So in theory, I can, well, at the moment I can get across there. And I've shot a few. I was using my battlements just to try and feel what these are working like, and it's got to be said they worked pretty well. I'm going to go grab those nice little chunks of XP, seeing as I don't normally get a huge amount of XP because I avoid fighting in this. But I have shot a few things over this way, so there should be a few tasty chunks of experience floating around. Just one or two. So hopefully everybody's had a good week. Mine's been reasonable. Obviously it's even better now these are turned off because I'm not absolutely snided out with things. Whether we actually get the redstone I promised this episode, I don't know, but we will certainly get something done. I'm just not entirely sure what yet. As usual, my planning has I've got a little bit of. I need more cobble. Let's go around to the probably the best place to get the cobble is to go straight to the source, and we'll head to the quarry. So yeah, oh my god, there's a lot of mobs over there. Nothing on the surface, but there you go. Someone suggested, and I forget who it was, so things that I changed this from having a central support in the middle to having this. Hang on, why? Oh yeah, that's right, because it's going to go having two small arches and a larger arch. So I started making a play on that one, and I ran out of cobble, which you know, seems to be the story of my life. Why am I carrying? I've got two different pizzas. Anybody think I was really into pizza or something? I just saw you. You're not behind me, are you? All right. And yeah, so I thought I'd get that done. Straight roads, they're not that straight. I mean, look at him, he's all over the shop. That was another comment about straight roads, and it was like, yeah, they're not that straight. Well, one thing I would like to do this episode is I think I would like to have a bash at getting started with the rustic potion thing. So maybe we need to start thinking about building an apothecary shop today, or you know, building. Maybe that might be a thing. I need to get come here. If we get over it, you can just do that. All right, 1, 2, 3. We do a quick sort. Maybe 4. I think that should be enough, and we'll take the bit of dirt with us as well. Hey, oi. So yeah, that might be something, because I haven't really played around with the rustic potions a great deal. I had a little dabble with them early on Rorax's server, and I haven't really played with them since. But so that might be interesting to have a look at. If we have a look at the I wonder whether if I say go for the brewing stand, yeah, you can get a. So there's also. Now what I'm interested in is whether there are any that come from, words are not going well. Oh, cold Coke for a ling. Oh, Coca-Cola. Okay. Hi Pops, how's it going? Okay. But there was some that had some of the plants too stuff in Sid's Modded Live, and I'm wondering whether any of those. I know this is just me clicking things, but I'm not seeing anything for anything other than the usual. Oh, hang on, what would you get then? No glistering. Oh, slime. Biocar potion. Ugh. Oh right, yeah, okay. We've got stuff. I don't know whether we got that. There may be a more up-to-date version of plants than this in this version. I didn't check the pack out today, or this week. So anyway, we've got the old bridge base over here, which I want to finish. That's my first mission, and then perhaps join the road up around here and carry on over to the other side, to the tree farm. That's the word I was looking for. I'll get there eventually. So yeah, that's a plan. So what else? I'm trying to think, what have I been doing this week? Well, I made a start on my vacation series, which I think is there should be no surprise that I did decide to go with Subnautica. So that is happening. So while I'm away in India, you will get to hopefully you'll enjoy watching me play Subnautica. It's not the kind of game I normally play, so you know it could be somewhat different. Right, and then we can come across here. But yeah, I've certainly enjoyed playing it. I'll give it that much. It's an enjoyable game to play. The graphics on it are stunning, and of course, if me playing a game based on diving wasn't enough, looks like Mojang are giving me another game based on diving called Minecraft, because the update Aquatic is, well, updating quite rapidly. Let's just go in and do right. So that will be to there. Then dirt. I'm just going to backfill this lot in with cobble. Oh yeah. Welcome to your first live stream with me. So yeah, so Subnautica is a thing. The game is incredible. The graphics are beautiful, and that will be happening while I'm away in India in what are we at now? I think it's about 3 weeks. Gee, I've still got to get my visa sorted out, which is I'm beginning to get a little bit jittery about. I must get that sorted. I'm terrible. I really am the worst when it comes to remembering to do things. So right, let us start off with a little bit of chisel and bits goodness, and we shall. Which one have any of these got? Oh, it's actually got grass blocks in it. Let's have a look. How much have we got? Not a huge amount, but enough. So we can certainly place a few grass blocks in. Alright, bang. Let's just do a little bit of that there. We'll have one of those there, just so we've got that going on. We'll have a solid block there, another solid block. No. The only problem when you're doing chisels and bits is it's very easy to forget that you've missed a solid block. And then we'll do a solid block there. We'll get a little bit of normal blockage going on there. Maybe there and there. Okay, and we can start with the chiseled, not the chisel, but not the chisel and bits, but you know, the chisel. And start off with these. So let's start off with our usual. Oh man, go there, and there. There's nothing mandatory, certainly not from the UK. There is mention of if you come from a country with yellow fever, then you're. Hang on, let me just check that counting. Yeah. If you come from a country with yellow fever, then you have to have an up-to-date yellow fever immunisation. But luckily, I already have an up-to-date yellow fever immunisation, so that's not a problem. I have a certificate for that anyway. Malaria isn't a problem, it's just bite avoidance. So I've got a whole load of DEET and another thing which I can't pronounce, which is hardly surprising. It's chemical. I can't pronounce anything, half of these things anyway. So that's coming. That's for clothes. So yeah, I think we've got most of it in the bag. Just need to get my e-visa sorted, and we should be okay. But I hope so anyway. You won't want to get there and not be okay. Yeah, I've just buggered that up, haven't I? I know what I've done wrong there. It's alright, not a problem. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a country that I've always wanted to go to, and never really had the opportunity. Well, I suppose I've had the opportunities, but there's always been other places to go. So I'm one of these people that there's too many places in the world that I want to visit. And that should be it. Which one's got grass in it? That one. So yeah, looking forward to that one. It's a much needed break, and then God knows what we're going to end up doing for my 50th, because that's next year. That's not this year, but next year, and we got to come up with somewhere to go for that. Now I quite fancy the Maldives. The only downsides, well, there's a couple of downsides to the Maldives, or several downsides to the Maldives actually. But the biggie, I'm going to chisel that one out like that, so it's already broken. The big biggie, if you like. Oh, okay, just a squid. The big biggie is right now is the fact that they're in the middle of a bit of a civil unrest. I won't call it a civil war. Let me get rid of those bits. But they're not having a good time of it. So whether it's actually safe to go there is a big question for the Maldives. But the other question, and this is more of I don't know what the right phrase is for this. This is more of a hashtag first world problem, I suppose. Is the Maldives is not a huge amount to do. They are very, very small islands with very little to do on them. And the question then has to be, if I go there, do we go as a dual centre, or do we go as you know, to have 2 weeks and just take chances? Now, we don't do a huge amount on holiday, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these people that, you know, is always off doing things. I'm very much the holiday maker who just likes to lie in the sun. And I know some people would question the value of a holiday like that, but for me, no, it's not. There is no question of the value of a holiday like that. For me, it is an invaluable holiday. Everybody needs to unwind, and we all have our own things that we enjoy doing, and mine is very little if I can possibly avoid it. Considering I do all these bloody YouTube videos, I know you'd be forgiven for thinking, oh, I didn't really want to make a brick like that, but just wanted to get in here and randomize some of these blocks up a little bit. We also need to go under the... that's not what I wanted. So yeah, it's a quandary for me, but the other possibility is going back to Kenya. I quite fancy as well. Kenya was one of my all-time favourite countries. I really did enjoy Kenya. But again, it has its ups and downs. I mean, one of its major downs for me is the fact that you have to oh dear, I can't imagine in Kenya. I don't think I'd want to go wandering around hunting for Pokemon, to be honest, although to be fair, I don't really go wandering around hunting for Pokemon anyway. I kind of did a bit of Pokemon Go when it first came out and went, yeah, I don't get this, there's no skill. This is just a game of randomness. So I didn't really grab it. It didn't grab me, shall we say. Not in the same way that the original, Game Boy game did. That was more of an addiction, I think. Okay, let me get a little bit of this down, and we're going to swap out a few of these while we're here. I'm not going to put the little bits of well, I might put the odd bit of, I don't know, bits of leaves. They are painful to actually apply, but worth it for your overall look. So it's a bit of a okay, come here you. I'll just do the odd bit there, and then try and find something to stand on. Yeah, so unfortunately I have to get outside. Work demands that I go and do things. Like, fix. Wow, come here you. And I do, as a result of that, I do typically anywhere up to 10,000, 12,000 steps a day on average. Sometimes more, sometimes less. All depends on how much desk work there is. Or meetings. Meetings are the bane of my exercising. Although now, what with squash and all the other various games I've been getting into and box fit, that's no longer a major issue. Right, there we go. And then we'll do the same again. We should probably just check out our yeah, well, that's often my thoughts on it are, there's so many places I haven't been. I'm just going to clear out this, I think. That going back to a place that I have been sometimes seems counterproductive, and so I think it's an important consideration everybody needs to make, really, when they're planning holidays. Do I go back to somewhere that I've otherwise been to? Oh, hello. Let me do this as well, because every bit of curvature on these things helps. If I've got any, I could do, and there's a few tricks I can do to stop the bloody things growing and all, which is handy. But first things first, let's get these out. Let me get myself under there. If I pin myself, then it's a lot easier to now I could, yeah, let's take this right back. I know we can see a bit of this cobble, but it's not the end of the world. painfully though, doing all this bobbing. So if we go, we got, hang on, let me just have a look. We got one. So if we go here, Lake Asu. Fortunately, you only have to do this bit once, and then it's done. About right, maybe let's hang on, let's just do this one. Right. So here's the question. I'm very tempted. Yeah, I'm going to. This might have been easier in a boat, you know. I'm never sure what the best way sometimes for these. Wedging yourself seems to work quite well though. Get myself under and wedge and bang. And then we can come back down here and grab all of these ones out. And then finally, we've just got that lot there. What's my water like? Not too bad. And obviously we've got the top of the bridge to do as well, just to get these corners done. What we got going on here? Let's have a look. Let's sleep before we get any unwelcome guests. I've got too many drinks to choose from here. I've got Coke Zero and coffee, because I couldn't make my mind up what I wanted, and I know if I don't drink the coffee soon it'll go cold, but if I leave the Coke Zero it'll go warm, and it's a real problem when you don't know which way do you go for cold or warm. Okay, we can get you, that lot can go in there, and we can just do a quick empty of that one. Let's have a drink. Should sort us out. I'm just going to grab, well, get rid of a few bits and pieces of random crap that I don't really need. And we'll place one of these there perhaps. And just get a little bit of random variation going on there. So let's have a look at that, see what we think. Hiya. You're going to be quiet tonight. You don't have to be quiet. Just don't expect me to keep my eye on the screen all the time. You know what? That needs something else happening. It's an interesting shape, but it needs, I think, no. How's that look? I think that kind of works to give it a little bit of interest feature. Yeah, kind of helps it up. The problem is there's a tendency in the design in Minecraft now, and how do I put this? A lot of builds went heavily and needlessly three-dimensional, in my opinion. Anyway, they put, you know, the element of depth, putting in these walls that were okay. Yeah, there is an element of these walls where you'd go and instead of doing a wall, you'd have a wall that was all of a sudden was like three deep, and what I want to do is come up like that, I think, and then off like that. Hang on. Nope, take the top layer off. So yeah, the tendency was to build these walls that were needlessly 3 or 4 blocks deep, with indents and outdents, and 3 dimensions, and everything was all about having more 3 dimensions and lots of textures and colours, which is fine. It's not a biggie, but I think we went too far with the entire thing, and to the point where if you had a flat wall, it was all of a sudden was boring. And people go, oh yeah, you need more variation, you need to put more colour into it. And it's like, the reality of most architectural work is if you go and look at a house, it's usually made out of one bloody brick and it's a solid flat wall. Now this I need to do some work on. I may get quite a bit of work done on that today, hopefully, if I can get this path done and the final bits done on that, on the lumber mill. I'm not too worried if the lumber mill runs full time, actually. I've kind of come to the conclusion that we can let that go. Right, so if I want you to be there, what did I want? Vines was the suggestion, wasn't it? We have got some vines. Okay, take half a dozen of those. Let's have a look at leaves. I know I have some leaf blocks anyway already pitched in, so yeah, I've got a little tiny bit there. So we can get rid of those. We'll top off while we're here. Hi, Wabbit. And yeah, so what else have I been doing this week? Apart from work, which has been busy. I spent Tuesday afternoon driving around with the better part of 60,000 quid's worth of Microsoft Surfaces in the back of a van, which was entertaining and nerve-wracking, seeing as they weren't mine. But yeah, I got them delivered all right. That was the main. All right, so if I want to go from there to there, am I better to follow? Maybe I am. So if I come to here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go 1 and 1, and then we get that one. So we can bring the road round like this. What was I saying? I've completely forgotten already. Which is not unusual for me, to be fair. I love the fact you keep on digging up bones, although given the frequency with which I dig up bones, and did I get a skull as well? Thought I did. There, yeah, you would. Well, put it this way: if we did that in the real world, I think the homicide departments would be, although in the UK we'd call it well, no, we call it homicide as well, don't we? Although I still think it should be called murder. There's something about the word murder said in a Glaswegian accent that just gives it, a bit more, I don't know, gravitas almost. Right, so if we then come over like that, perhaps to here, and then that will be up, and then we'll go across like this. Maybe like that, and then again like that. Maybe like that. I think that kind of gives us the shape we're looking for. I sincerely hope not. Have you seen Poltergeist? One of my favourite horror movies of all times, it has to be said. But man, they managed to make that movie good and scary. Certainly. Oh yeah, we did pick a skull up. Good. Right, anyway, we're going to get the old thing going again. And we shall come in with, again, the good old tried and tested. And then we'll come in here. And as we go, pick up other stuff. There was, oh no, can't do it in this pack. I keep on forgetting that this particular pack hasn't got quark in it. It's one of the few that I haven't put quark in, and it's this would be so much bloody easier with it. Let me just get that in. But oh well, doesn't matter. It's good for the soul. I think, yeah, it probably is. To be fair, it's not a major issue. I don't mind getting extra bones. I mean, you know, bone meal is good. Realistically, let me just get a little bit more of that going. And we'll come through here. And okay, can we get a little bit more of that? I don't want to stop too abruptly with one texture. And then come back in with that one, for example. Come back over here, scatter the odd one around. Bit of this. And almost there. Well, almost there. We still got to do the other side of the bridge, but we're getting there. We'll just pop this one in here and we'll have a quick snooze, I think. Somewhere about, so there's a bed. There we go. Right, so yeah, you can forget that idea, mate. Don't want none of your rain round here. Yeah, so we'll get that in there. Then we'll do the same over this side. That kind of drops that down nicely. Right, let's get rid of those for a second. Stick that in there. One of these, that one. So this has got some leaves in it, and we're going to try this particular trick that I've used before. It's nothing fancy, but it will work. So, except of course where I've gone and dug a hole. And then we're going to take these and we're just going to place a bit there, a bit there. I didn't really want you to do that, so stop it. Bit there, a bit there, and a bit there. And again, you can tell it's like the string trick. You can see them from a distance, but it kind of works. So again, what we can do here is we'll put one there. And then we'll put one there. Do vines grow up? I can never remember, you know. It's going to be a pain. There. Right, if I can get this right with a bit of dirt. Do vines grow up? I don't know. I'm trying to think, and it's going to bug me if I don't figure it out. But if we come down here and then place, well, take that out, place a block, damn you. You know what, this is silly. I'm trying to place a block while bobbing up and down, and all I need to do is that. So that should be able to grow down and dangle. We'll get one on here. That shouldn't spread any direction other than down, so that should be fine. We probably need to place a smidge just there, and then let's get one there. Again, this is going to be a pain, but one there, and we probably need to do the same again with the old block. Get one there and take that out. That should stop those growing down. I'll use the last two because it'd be kind of wrong not to. That's going to look peculiar until that vine grows. And one there. Let those grow in. See what it does when it's. It'll be better once when we hit winter, summer again, and those go green rather than this kind of nasty brown. But give that a chance to grow, and it will do its thing, I think. Right, we've got a few more things to work on. First things first, do I want to continue with fence or wall? Let's have a look. So I don't mind having the wall. Yeah, I think we continue with the fence actually. I should have, yeah, I've still got fence on me. I've got those on me, so what we can do is we'll continue on with that. No, that fence structure that we've been using. Don't like it when those join up. So if you don't like it, take it out. And like that perhaps. Then we can get a little bit of that going on there. That on there. One there. One there. They're not going to be perfectly lit around the area, but you know it's gonna help a little bit, and it's going to look really nice at night, which is, after all, what we're aiming for. A perfectly lit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, these are relatively cheap anyway once you got to a certain point, so putting these down really doesn't hurt. So that gives us that element. We just need to take ourselves across to the tree farm and we are good. Oops, forgot about that. How do we want to do this then? I mean, I'm kind of thinking in favour of coming along the edge here. Into here and then up into that. I know it'll be a bit straight, but you know, such is life. We'll have a couple more of those planted around the area as well, and we'll get rid of some of see these. That's a honeysuckle, but it looks more like a water edge plant. They're bound to be. We need to actually have a look at some of these plants and just see where some of them would work better, because I think that would definitely kind of has the look of a marshy edge plant. Don't know. What? Of course, that could be a marshy edge plant, because that's a Alon Murin, yeah, one of them. Shouldn't give me games where there's difficult things to pronounce. Okay, so from there we'll come in. Oh man, itchy nose, itchy nose. Oh Christ. Okay, better. Right, so we need to bring this still over some more. Almost there. I think that'll do us. And then we can just start hammering along here. I'll leave the odd bit of grass in. And that'll I think that will look okay once we've got. Oh, did you see that? I think we've just changed the season. It was very gradual. I mean, I'd forgive you if you missed it. He said sarcastically. I would like to actually place that there, and then maybe have that like that. No, that doesn't need to do that, does it? That'll get us all the way across. Hang on, why is that? Why is this freezing? If this is winter, or was that autumn? Are we actually now in winter? Maybe we are. Maybe I should do that. Make a. I would kind of suggest we're in winter, judging by that. Anyway, what we need to do, I think, here is just fill this in, because this is a very silly thing to have. There we go. Better. Maybe we are in winter then. Well, we'll soon find out when it rains, won't we? Yeah. Obviously the ice forms in winter. I just wasn't expecting the trees to go back to that colour of green. But then again, I suppose what they can't do easily is simulate the leaf drop, which would be the obvious thing to happen in winter. Would be have all the leaves fall off the walls, off the trees and walls. I know what I mean. I know what I'm trying to say here. It's just the words are not coming out quite the way I'm intending them. Yeah, you know, if there was a way to simulate the deciduous trees dropping all the leaves, then this would be the time, of course, to do it. But I can't think of a way you would actually do it. I honestly can't. Unless you replace them with invisible leaf blocks in winter or something like that. Which I suppose you could do. If you were desperate enough. Anyway, we're getting there. No, I never noticed. You know, it was just literally they just dropped. Oh yeah, we're definitely freezing over. Those walls are going to become less useful. Alright, let's get a little bit of that going, shall we? A little bit of this all the way down, going along here. And bit there, bit there, bit there, and then finally we'll come in again with the cobble one, I think. And then the that one, maybe for a change, just for a bit of variety. Yeah, just that tree. If you're going to change, mind you can change the colour, because the colour of leaves is biome specific anyway, so that's obviously fairly straightforward to do. But changing the texture by season would probably be somewhat difficult. I shouldn't really have chiseled that until it was changed, but there you go. I would like to knock that back a little bit in places. Alright, I really do need to sort my inventory out a little bit. I don't have problems with the mobs at the walls. Well, except spiders. Spiders can be problematic at the walls. Okay, well, let's go and close that behind me and go and just deposit some of this crap off, because I need... Oh, yeah. I wonder what was burning then. Yeah, TF in motion, Terra Firma in motion is obviously 1.7, which gives it a slightly better selection of mods to throw at the issue. Oh, that was actually technically food that I threw in there. I don't think I want you or you or you anymore, or you or any of that for that matter, or that, but even though that again was also food. I would like to get rid of that. Let's have a look in these and just get them emptied out of crap. And a bit of this. All right. Thinking this through. Let's take. No, I don't really want that. I definitely don't want that. Let's go. Soon we'll get onto the main hall. Problem is, it's such a massive amount of just sheer volume of rock. It's going to be a complete pain in the backside to do. Well, tediousness to do. Well, at least I'll be able to walk out of here eventually. This would have been handy about 10 minutes ago, wouldn't it? How's that going? None of those showing any signs of growth yet over that side. Oh, you have spread. Okay. In which case, we'll do that. And we probably need to... You know what? In answer to our question, can it grow upwards? Oh, the answer is don't break it. Oh, bum. Oh, hang on. That's why we needed. Damn it. Okay. Oh, hello. Well, I think we've got a solution to this problem then. We've got that, so I need also to take account of that in here. Oh man, these things can grow everywhere, can't they? Right, let me have a look. If I were to up next door singing. Why are you not letting me? Oh, I can see. Ah, bum. I can see all sorts of issues here. Oh man, it is growing up as well. Crap. Okay, let's can I? Now here's a question. If I go up here, I'm going to try and do this from the top because it's going to be easier. No, it's not. Alright, if I come up there and place that, it does actually break that ability to place that there. How bizarre. Now if I place that there, can I? No. If I take that away, can I? Yes. That is very, very strange. Right, that means I need to... Nope. I'm going to have to do that from above. I can't do that from down here. So this one here, for example, can spread that way. You can spread that way. You can also spread up, which is going to be a major bloody pain in the bum. But we'll just make sure that you don't go anywhere other than upwards. I think that's all I can do. There you go. You know what? If it does stuff, it does stuff. I can't really get too obsessive about this, can I? Well, I can, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so what we got going on down here? We've got the old sawmill, and we need to get a roof on it. I'm going to go, I think, with dark oak because I've got, well, doesn't really matter what I go with because I've got absolutely bucket loads of it. And we are going to need you, and we are going to go with mainly that, some of that, and a little bit of that maybe. And we'll keep that together, and then we can get down and just sleep. Dilemma solved. That can is now gone. So you know what would have been really handy? Would have been some dirt. And I had a load of dirt on me, and I now don't have a load of dirt on me. I've got cobble. We'll go with that. So my thoughts are that we will start off with, what was my biggie? This is the main block. And again, we're going to want a chisel and a bits bag or two. I don't know why I bother putting these away. I really don't. And we probably are going to want to. How am I going to do this? I want that. I might have to take those up a little bit. That's the way I'll probably end up doing it. But if we get you and just get a little bit of that on the end there, and then get you and get a little bit of that on the end there, and then we can just chop out the bottom half. And then if we jump up, and we'll take this one and go with the top half, I suppose, for want of a better phrase. Now I know we haven't got much of that, so we'll take some of this as well. And how much do I want to do? I think we need to do this one, 2, and then come up 1, maybe. Yeah, I think any more than that will be overkill. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. So then the idea I think we'll do is, if I take this out, I'll take the rest out later, is we come in at this height, but now we're going to chop out underneath. Ow. I know that wasn't an ow moment. I don't know why people do that, actually, myself included. You know, you fall and you go, oh, ow, and then, you know, knowing full well that there was no ow involved. But if we get this, what are you? Dark oak. Little bit of dark oak. So we bring this out too. No. And am I just actually matching blocks here or what? I don't know. No, that's definitely different. Okay. So working across from here. And we'll continue all the way down there as well. Take a bit of that one. Nope. So the idea will be, no, slime boots don't always help. Sometimes they're more of a hindrance. Wow. I want it to rain now. I want to check whether we get snow, which I think we should do. If there's any justice in the world, we definitely should do. Alright, get you, we'll plop you there and there. we can go with a little bit of that, 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 and then maybe just throw a little bit more of that in the mix. So what I want here is, obviously I want a shallow roof. I don't want a vastly peaked roof. I want this to be more of a work shed style. Yeah, work shed. Now, I think what we need to think about is what we want to do over this side. Now, I may actually, I did put the water wheel somewhere safe, didn't I? There. I think maybe we want to move this out just a little bit, and I don't know. Oh, well, it's winter. The farm is closed. I never even thought of that. Yeah, that particular issue. But clearly it is an issue, so we're going to have to take it into account. Give me a bit of that going on. Can I can just reach. No, I can't. I've done that too high up, idiot. Let's try that again, shall we? Right, and we'll do the same on that one, just because, and then we'll come in with that on there, a bit of that on there, so I should be able to reach up there, and then finally we got some of that as well for good measure. Yeah, I never thought about winter and the effect on the watermill. Luckily I've let it run for a while, so we haven't got a desperate situation, but that could have been embarrassing. Okay, let me jump up to the middle. This will do. Right, do I continue on with the two? I think I will. I think I will. Just because we can, really. And that will. No, actually, you've just changed. I've just changed my mind. We're not going to go with a. We're going to go up in half slabs, because otherwise we are going to end up with a bit of an odd peak going on, which is not really what I want. So let's just get a little bit of that one down. We'll get quite a lot of this one down. Maybe one of that one down. Huh. Oh man, how am I supposed to reach all of these? With difficulty, I suppose. Yeah, right. Well, this is just going okay. Now the question is, will that start to flow again when that thaws? Because it may thaw and then just not get a block update. I don't know the answer. I suppose how would you get around that? Well, I suppose we could use. glow. We could illuminate the water sources. That would stop it freezing, wouldn't it? I think. Yeah. That would, wow. Gotta say, I do like, as much as we probably don't like winter because it kills everything, I do like winter for this particular little aspect of it. Let me just come down here, take those out. And then we can pop that in there, that in there. We can grab some of that. Just do, it's all about randomizing the blocks a little bit. And I know it doesn't look that random, but trust me, well, it's not random. I don't think there is such a thing as truly random. Pardon me, but you know, it's as random as it's getting. My guess is that that is a source block which froze. If that was not a source block, it probably wouldn't have. But we can work around this. This is not a problem. There's no such thing as problems. Only solutions. One of my many mottos that I try to live life by. Doesn't always work, admittedly, but you know. Let me just take those out. What have I got? A whole load of those. I should probably have not put that in first. Let me just grab that. And then we can put it back. And then a little bit of that. We'll go and check out how this looks in a moment. I don't think I actually need to worry too much about that now. We can now do it off of, well, maybe, no. We can do this, can't we? I probably should go and get some water anyway, so gives us a chance to go and have a look. And we'll grab, how am I for actual glowstone pieces? Let me just check that. I'm okay. Right, I have an idea, and it may not be the greatest idea ever, but it is the idea that I have got, so we are going to go with it. And we are going to come in to this block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we're going to go into here, and we're going to grab some of that, and we're going to grab a little bit of that. Now that should melt that. Look, it's melted that one. Give it a second, and that'll melt the thought I heard something moving then, but I didn't. What we can do, obviously, is help this along a bit here. While we're at it, we'll that shouldn't have been possible for that to freeze back up again. Get the little ice cubes while we're at it. See, that one just thawed. So here's a quick, and that one just froze up again. So I think we can keep it from freezing, but it will freeze up automatically behind itself. Now I can probably, oops, if I grab some other bits, I can probably illuminate this properly. Two, three, four, and increase the. Oops. Let's just. What are you? You are gravel. So if I get rid of that. And just make sure that this is well illuminated on all sides. Then maybe, just maybe, we can hang on, let me find that sand again. I'm running a big danger here of getting my head frozen in. But again, short of putting enough light blocks in to stop it freezing, I don't see that there's much else we can do. Obviously if you cover it, it's fine. So that's dirt, isn't it? Oh, what we got? Let me go and get rid of these sand particles, and we'll we can obviously just repeat that a few times down here. Just make sure we've got the best coverage of light down here. And again, if I do the same again, then any freezing should unfreeze. Alright, well that's that problem. Could do. Would be another alternative. Let me get rid of some of these for the time being. And I should probably not throw my chisel away. I should probably go and see about getting some water and having a look at this from the this is, yeah, because the tree might, if I can force a giant oak tree, that would be definitely an option. Right, where's my other water bottle? There we go. Now these things, if I remember right, yeah, you get your jellied slime. We don't need those. We don't need ice chargers, but you know, it's nice to have them. Not really. I don't need them. Oh, I was going to have a look at the. Well, we can look from the castle. That's probably bonk. Let's have a look. We'll see what's what. Yeah, I don't think that looks okay. That's got the kind of feel I wanted. So, lukewarm coffee, lovely. And I've got a giant rat skeleton on the coffee machine at the moment, so that's not going to be getting used anytime soon. Not a real rat skeleton. Anybody know I could get I don't know, about a 12-inch tall Grim Reaper outfit? maybe I need to learn to sew. Alright, I'd like some dirt. I think dirt is a better scaffold material than other things. And I think that's all we really need over there, isn't it? We just need to get that rest of that roof done. Now, one of the advantages at the moment is we can get across here. So that's a bonus. And of course the dirt is solid as well, so that's also a bonus. We need to, therefore, I'm trying to think, we're going to have to come up here and pop a post on there. See, oh man. Let's have a quick sleep. Yes, there is there. Yeah, well, hang on. Let me just pause that a second, and I shall. Oh, I'll just reach over and grab that. So I'm sure you all know that I'm a big fan of Terry Pratchett, and Terry Pratchett had is best known. Well, for me, he's best known for his personification and personification of the Grim Reaper of Death. So if you've read any Terry Pratchett, you'll know that Terry Pratchett also came up with a new character, and it was in the Reaper Man series of novels, when Death is retired by the orders of reality and is given a pension, that as Death starts to manifest itself around the world as other creatures for things, you end up with the death of Salmon, who is a death of Mayflies, sorry, isn't it? With is a black salmon that swims around, and there's the death of a variety of deaths turning up. The death of trees, for example, isn't so much a physical thing as a chopping sound. And he comes up with a character, the death of rats, the Grim Squeaker, as he got called, and the Grim Squeaker managed to survive when Death gets his job back. And my stepson has this, which his girlfriend did not like. I don't know whether you can see very well. It's a little bit bright, but it's basically a completely posable, well, not completely posable. You can move the arms around a little bit, you can move its tail around a little bit, but it's a rat skeleton. So I want to get a little Grim Squeaker outfit for him, and then he can sit in my man cave when I move in. I just think that would look quite cool. Only quite cool. I mean, obviously, let's not get too carried away. It's only going to be a quite cool and not an awesomely cool, but quite cool, I think. But yeah, the Grim Squeaker was definitely one of my favourite inventions that Terry came up with. Sad that it was he will be missed. Not the Grim Squeaker, obviously, Terry. I do like to think that he did actually finally get to find out whether Death was real, and it turned out to be the Death as he'd envisaged him. I think that would have been perfect justice in the world, that, you know, as Terry passed away. Yep, definitely a miniature size. I think it would be justice as Terry passed away, and all he heard is in the big hollow capitals as Sir Terry. I just think that would have been perfect. A perfect ending for a perfect man, perfect author. I can't say perfect man. I honestly don't know what he was like as an individual, as a person. He could have been thoroughly. I don't think he. I think he was almost certainly as kind-hearted as he was said he was. But yeah, of course, my favourite Terry. You're assuming more sewing skills on my part than there actually are, I'm afraid. I'm sure I'll come up with something. Something is going to happen, and the Grim Squeaker will be a reality for me, using that particular little thing. So yeah, that would definitely work. Been thinking about getting into archery as well recently. Don't know why. Just suddenly got this sudden urge to buy a compound bow and shoot things. Completely random, I know, but it was a completely random urge. I've never considered getting into archery before in my life, and all of a sudden, oh, I don't know. There are one or two famous comedians who were famously miserable, nasty individuals, and in some cases very tight as well. You know, in the case of, I use the word loosely for comedian with Ken Dodd, but he was not a very there were some that were genuinely not very nice individuals at all. Sid James was apparently, from the Carry On movies, if just to clarify that, was apparently not a particularly nice individual, and a bit of a lecher from what I gather, although you can believe that with the characters he always played as well. But no, I do think Terry was definitely not going to be one of those oh crap. Oh well, doesn't matter. Well, we can do this bit from down here anyway. It's just when we want to get back up that I'm going to have to pain the pain of it all. Okay, bum 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 bum. A little bit of that, a little bit of that one, and another bit of that one. Some more of that one. Oops, no, undo. Got to be that one there. Yeah, and just no, I knew it had moved the bits, and that one. Getting there, right. Grab those. You know what occurs to me is fortune on a fortune on a shovel is going to be invaluable with the drops from digging. I'm assuming that it would work for fortune anyway. No, doesn't matter. Right, let's go and get some more of this going. And how best to do this? Am I better off having a bit of that going on? Probably. Then again, maybe not. This is not the easiest of bloody angles to reach. Things like that. There you go. Oh, let's see. How does it want to be a TFC? Well, we've got thirst, we've got hunger, the minerals spawn and metals spawn in the same way in clusters, so you can't just go caving. It'll kill you. It's not TFC. It's as near to TFC as I can humanly manage to get it in 112. Oh damn it, come here you swine. But it isn't pure, it's not a perfect copy. I would be the first to admit that. But there you go. Yeah, you trees chopped down in whole. The only thing I've not really managed to replicate is the leather working mechanics of TFC and the gravity mechanics, because there isn't a gravity mod in TFC yet that emulates the old gravity mods, which is a shame. But it doesn't do bad. If I could ever find a gravity mod, then it would be the first thing that would get implemented. It's by, as I say, by no means. Oh, and it has seasons, which TFC has as well. Trying to think what else you got. Animania makes animal breeding longer and slower and more difficult. Your crops grow slower because of the hunger overhaul, and die in winter actually as well. So we managed to get that one, although I've got them hidden under there. There's a few things that are not perfect TFC, but you know, as I say, it's a TFC wannabe, not a TFC clone, or a perfect TFC clone anyway. Let me go with a bit more of that again. There we go. Oh, and using, of course, chisels and bits gives me a chisel, which is always handy when you want to chisel things. Again, probably more flexible than TFC in that respect. Damn it, I didn't want to do that yet. Although I guarantee one thing: the day that a certain TFC2 mod gets updated to, can I? No, I'm going to have to go down. Damn you! Oh no, I don't. I can do it this way, can't I? There we go. The day that TFC2 comes to 112. Well, assuming TFC2 ever comes to 112, will be the day that I port this wholesale. Everything that's in this mod will be pushed across to TFC2, or everything that's in this pack, because I would love to do that. And unfortunately, TFC2 is a 111 pack, which is a real pain in the bum, because I wanted to, really did want to give that a bash as a way to do it. I mean, Biox is already kind of, is it Biox? I know it's Borks, but no, it's Biox, isn't it? Borks would be broken and would not be appropriate. But yeah, they've already moved in a bit of this direction with oh, what's it I'm looking for? With the concept of using PAMs as a food instead of rewriting the entire food mechanic. So, you know, I think it will be possible to take certain aspects of what's been already written for TFC, and I'm going to try doing this actually, I think. So take those aspects of what's already been written for TFC and use them and in such a way as to expand on the TFC2 vision, and do it with existing mods. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of mods which are very, very close to emulating TFC in almost every respect. I've been playing around with Primal Core as well, and that is a possibility that if I ever do a version 2 iteration of this, then that is a very serious contender to replace the Primal Core and the Forge mod, Forge add-on, to replace Tinkers, because Tinkers is not an ideal candidate for this. It's just the best we had. So yeah, you know, me 4 seasons in now. Every single season has lasted more than a year, so 4 years of YouTubing it. I've I've been playing it for a while. I do like TFC. It's a very strong, powerful mod, and it will be interesting to see how some of these aspects come along when we move to the next version, if we ever move to the next version. I mean, there's a big issue, you know, whether this next version ever actually hits us, because TFC2 has been a long time in the writing, and I've compiled and played the code a couple of times, and I do like it. The hexagonal, if you've not seen it, the hexagonal Oh, what are we talking about? The hexagonal terrain generation that they've added to TFC2 is very strange, and it's an interesting change. But yeah, I got bored of waiting, so I built my own. Because obviously you get things like this in this is the, I don't know, the 1.12 version Foragecraft. So you get rocks, and if we'll have a hunt around somewhere, you'll probably find, I may have had half of the ones from this area, but you'll also find sticks on the ground. These Pam's gardens are growing a little bit. I probably need to down the speed they spread, actually. But yeah, I'm not seeing any sticks on the ground now. But you can also break leaves and get sticks. There should be some somewhere. Come on. Hello, little cow. How are you? Hungry and thirsty, no doubt. There's a stick. So we get sticks as well. Yeah, it's I invariably always play it, with the exception of the first season, which I got as far as red steel, but I never took it beyond a red steel bucket. I generally always play as far as I can to the end. So yeah, that's the thing. But here we go. Right, if I need to really relocate some of this crap, don't I? How do I want to? Because no, no. What was the command? No. There we go. F8. So that's the bounding boxes of the tree farms as they stand, and I don't mind them overlapping like that. It's it shouldn't be. I'd be very surprised if there's a 112. There is a TFC Plus which is coming along. Okay, F8. So that's that. Now, actually, let me put those back on. If I were to strip out a whole load of this land here, and make a lumberyard area. Did that rock just dropped? Cool, I didn't even know they did that. So if we get this one going here, right, we've got an issue. I really do need a return. I know we haven't got ender chests, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. Actually, there's an easier way of doing it. We'll just get rid of these bits into my bits bag, and then we'll dump all of the chisels and bit stuff out of the way. Get rid of those, and pick all this lot up. So you got the lumber shed, which does need a little bit more work doing on it. So for example, oh, it's 100% modded. I used to play vanilla a lot when I first started, and oh man, a little pimple or something bleeding on my elbow, and yeah, I kind of found that modded just meant that I could change the game pretty much any way I wanted at the drop of a hat. Right, let's go with some dark oak fencing, shall we? Should have one or two sticks kicking around somewhere. That way? Yeah, that way. They didn't have knacker fencing recipes, didn't they, when they... And then we'll come along here as well, like this. When they upped the amount of wood you needed to make fences, I think they completely shafted the recipe, really. Need more Fortunately, we're not shy of dark oak, so because we've got a tree farm. Always handy if you... hang on, let's just do that, that, and that. If that's not enough, then I don't know what is. Right, and then if we do something like this here, let's have a look. How's that looking? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm very tempted just to fill the end up here, but problem is if I do that, it's going to bugger. That works, I think. And then the same along here. And maybe, I don't know, that looks a little bit odd to me, but don't know, I'm not entirely sure. Let's go and use the fact that we've got a nice big expanse of ice out here, courtesy of winter, to go and have a look. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's not really what I had in mind when I did it, but I'll probably be finishing up roughly about an hour. So yeah, if I'm not here, well, you'll know where I am. Where am I? Bang, let's get this going. And here we go. Right, so armed with this, did I not have? Thought I had carry on this. Do I not have carry? Did I do? Hang on. Did I change? I changed the key, didn't I? Of course, that's another thing you can do in TFC that you can't. You can do in this as well. Pick things up and carry them. Now this is only temporary, but we can't have them there. So hang on. Not quite in range. So if we grab that and place you in there, oh damn it, I wish they wouldn't connect. Right, in which case I'm just going to put it into the floor like that, I think, and then we can grab you and we'll put you there temporarily. So what we got? We've got 3 types of wood at the moment, and I would like, first things first, make sure I do that. I would like to make, man, where's my chisels and bits gone again? Where's chisels and bits when you want it? So we'll take off that. And the same again on this side. And then we'll do those like that. And the same again there. And then if we can grab that, we should be able to take that as a plan. We can grab some of this, grab a little bit of that, and we should be good to, if I go, let's start, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's get rid of that and get rid of those and those and those. Now I should have in one of these boxes some dirt. I have, and we should have a proper chisel. We do. So again, we're going to grab this, and I'm going to, from here, I'm going to take this back a little bit further actually. Like that, and we'll come all the way down here. And also around the edge. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've got quark, we've got bark blocks. We don't have strip blocks. We don't have bark blocks in this, I don't think, which would have made life a lot easier. But again, there are a few times where things in quark would have made life easier in this pack. But then again, it wasn't about making life easy, so there you go. Get in there, do a little bit of this around the place. No. And yeah, it's just random, semi-random block placement. Just make it look like you had no idea what you were doing when you started, and you'll not go far wrong. Crap. Let me do that, then do that. There we go. Again, just plaster them around. There is no right or wrong. And then we should be good to take those and get maybe a bit of that going. Got everything? I think I have. Okay. So we'll convert you back into that form. We'll go and put these in the chest temporarily, along with that and that and that. The only problem with this, with the amount of things that you can hoover up afterward, after the fact, I think it'll be okay. Take care. I think it'll be interesting to see the update. I'm not going to sit there and go Mojang with the bloody updates. What a load of old crap, you know. It's I'm a little bit more. Well, I'd like to think I'm a little bit more understanding than that. So let's take you, and then we get this, and we basically go bang, 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 bang. And then what I'm thinking of here is if I can get, I don't know whether this will work, so we're going to have to check this out, but if I can kind of get Well, we'll give this a try. No. So that will go in there with that, and we'll just pop you like so, and then we can get the same again going across here. And then maybe, if I'm very lucky, this will work. If not, it won't. Okay, so we get the logs in place there. Now here's where I was thinking about, oh hang on, we got a spare one. Here's where I was thinking this might work, and it could work, it could fail completely. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the answer is it failed completely. Well, I'll rephrase that. It failed insofar as you can't open the chest at that point. If we were to replace those, here is a question: can I do something clever with if I can get away with this, I will be bloody amazed. Alright, so we've got that going on. Let me just have a quick sleep. Because if I ever need more than a double chest of this stuff, then, to be fair, I'm probably going to be having some issues. So if I can come over here, let me just... You can't reach it, you have to come on the top, but you can then just go in. Maybe not 5 though. We just have a little tiny peephole into it. Come and get your stuff, and off you go again. It's not maybe the most novel storage solution, but it definitely is a storage solution which looks like a bloody log pile. Or at least it will do when I'm finished. Go and grab some birch. Well, let me put some of that lot back in, out the way, and then just grab all the birch we've got and put the birch away in its storage. Now that's a better label than anything. Now we haven't got, I'm trying to think what we haven't done. We haven't done acacia and we haven't done jungle. And oak probably needs, because oak is going to be the one that we get most of, so I suspect oak will need a bigger pile maybe with maybe a couple of chests worth in it. Let's get that one done. Let's take you out and we'll change you out to that. No, we will change you out to that again. Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, I think we'll probably want to put a couple of chests under the oak one, because it's going to be, otherwise it's going to be massive. Having said that, I don't think we haven't filled a double chest at the moment, or we might have if I were to go and look in that one as well. Okay, so we got you, we can take that, take it as a copy, grab that one. Now, yeah, I think I'll put oak here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll go twice as thick. We'll have a, yeah, I think that makes sense. Maybe a little bit longer. The oak trees. Then again, no, we'll not go longer. Can't make my mind up. Indecisive. That's my problem. Right, we'll go there, there, and there, with a bit of this going on like that. That will come over to here. Go out one more. Then we'll place the chest here. No, here and there, I think. No, that's not going to work there, is it? So if I place it, well, there is a way around this. I just don't know whether I've got the means to doing it on me. I haven't, but that's on me. I'm so posh. I'm enunciating. Let me get that and that. We'll pop one of those on here, like that and that. We'll get you like that and that. Yeah, we just need to make some trap chests. That's all we need to do. But first things first. Bump, 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 bump. That one do. Yeah, I don't mind that as a look. Right, so I need to make some trap chests. Let's go and get a couple of pieces of well, it's trip by hooks, isn't it? If I remember rightly. How are we looking anyway? Yeah, not displeased. Dink. Need a couple of tripwire hooks and we're sorted. Now I'm guessing I haven't got any. I've got one. What's the recipe for that? Hang on. Why the hell would I want to use a piece of steel when I can do it with a piece of iron? That just makes no sense. Iron, stick, and what was it? A block. Two of them, and then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab them, they will go in, and then we do trap chest, and I've cocked up. Can I drop off some stuff while I'm here? Get rid of you, get rid of a bit of that, and that slab. Okay, let's go back and see what's going on. Water. Whee! That's a way to go. So again, we can come in here. We've got the floor already out. So again, we'll take that one and we'll do that. And then we'll grab those and we shall do that. We can start that there. I don't know why that went like that actually, but there you go. Get a little bit of you going and that and that maybe. No one said they had to overlap perfectly, did they? Well, I could place rails on these. I mean, the traditional style of doing these is to go in and fill them over with, you know, put rails over the top, which obviously works. I'm just gonna cheat this in with boom. It's not like I haven't got plenty to be on with. I don't know whether I don't know which is easier, doing it in big pieces like this or in strips. Now we have got an issue here, but I don't, you know, you really have to go out of your way to hunt that down. So I'm not too worried about that as a design hole, quite literally. So we've obviously got spruce as well, and then and dark oak. Those are the 4 we've done, and there's 2 more, which I think I would struggle to put in here anyway. At the moment, I will have to expand. Now, if I come in this, let's just try it from one side, see whether I can access both. Looks like I can. So maybe we're all right with that. Okay, that works as a potential storage mechanism. Again, we need to sleep. Have a slurp. Get there. Get all of these out of the way. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit of oak. That was done. That's got a little bit more oak in it. That had some in it, so we'll do that as well. I mean, we're really not even close to capacity, are we? Oh, hang on. Closer than I thought. But that's fine. The sticks are the bigger issue. Oh, right, we're going to have to get these out of here, aren't we? Right, what we got in here? Oak. See how they... Oh, I remember. The tree farm started planting oaks, didn't it? And there is a a possible solution for this when we go forward as well. Certainly for this issue of all this oak and the losing saplings on the big oak, on the big dark oak side of things. And the simplest solution is just to give it a 4x4 in the middle. So basically swap out all of this for all of the plantable blocks for non-plantable blocks, and the problem goes away, which yeah, is always a nice solution. So we've got spruce in there, we've got dark oak, so we've still got 2 more to do, but I'm going to have, I think, a break from the tree farm area. I want to go and just play with something else briefly, because we've also got these fascine, and that needs storage, so God knows where. But yeah, I think that's definitely got a certain character to it. We'll F8 that off. Right, we need to, let's have a look at rustic. And we need to make these guys. The condenser, so I need nether brick, iron, and those for starters. Let's go and have a look, because what we at 10 o'clock, so we've got about 28 minutes left, half an hour give or take. So let's try and do something constructive with it and just move ourselves on, and then we can build the yeah, I like that. That works as a lumber yard. Right. So we need to check how much netherrack we've got for starters, because I'm going to need some nether brick. Okay, and yeah, we've got a wee bit. Okay, we've got plenty of iron. That's not a problem. Bonk. How much have we got left in there? 2 blocks and 4 ingots. I don't know why I came up here, because this is not where my furnaces are. My furnaces are downstairs. One, 2, 3, 4. So we got that cooking. We'll put those bits and pieces away for the oh damn it, I left some chisel bits in my inventory. Get rid of those and put those away. We'll drop some sticks off as well, because we don't need all of them, and the lamps will keep on our person in the back. Right, so we got nether brick coming off of there. We need to go and grab the iron, because we needed, what was it, buckets and a block of iron. Well, several blocks of iron probably. Let's go and finish that. We got 1 more block and 4 ingots. Two, 3, 4. Lovely. I really should get hoppers in for this, but it's not really worth it. Come on. 2, 3. Yeah, just take half or something like that. That should do the trick. Okay. Right, we've got we'll just do this down here for the time being. It will get its own little apothecary hut. So first things first, we're going to want another bucket. I'll keep the 2 buckets. Actually, no, I only need 2, don't I? Oh well, doesn't matter. Want 1 of them, and then we want 3 of these. So for those of you not familiar with it, the alchemical condenser, which is the more limited one, is obviously cheaper, and it can have up to 2 of these alchemical retorts on it. The advanced, which is more expensive in terms of materials, can have 3 of these. So yeah, we need to make another 2 buckets. 1, 2, 3, and then we can just drop you in there and that in there. Keep that, and we should have everything we need. Now if we just go and borrow, right, F7, let's make sure this is lit. You know what, there it is now. And we'll pop this down there, nice big alchemical condenser, and then we're going to go 1, 2 and 3. So that gives us the beastie there. We can go and grab some sticks. They can go in the heating slot, and if we look at the recipes for this, we've got a whole load of recipes we can make. So raw beef and chamomile is instant health. Honeycomb and cohosh, I don't know whether I've got any cohosh. Have I got any cohosh? I don't think I have. That's the other thing, you do need to go out and look for the stuff in the world, because, you know, honeycomb is rustic as cohosh is rustic. You can then go with soul sand to get the wither. You've got the moon cap, but if we go over here to the advanced, add marshmallow root to get instant health 2, regen 130 with horsetail, regeneration 2, night vision with the old mooncap mushroom, spider's eye. So they're basically potions. There's nothing extravagant about this, but this particular thing. The fire resistance is obviously handy if you're wanting to get in there. Health boost also handy, 8-minute health boost. But you do need to go out and find these plants in the world. And at rustic we have got horsetail. That is pretty much at the limit of what we got at the moment. So yeah, we need to think about finding some other oh, hello, you sneaky little spawnable spot, you. Right, now one of the things that, and again this is quite deliberate, is the plants mod mucks up your ability to find the rustic plants, and it makes them a little bit more of a challenge to find. So we got, that's wind thistle, so we'll have those, because those are a rustic plant and they were right on our doorstep, so we might as well grab them. You can plant them as well, but we're not desperate for planting them yet. Don't think that's a plants one. This is chamomile, so again we can grab that. So we've got wind thistle and thing. Now there are other plants about which we are going to have to go out and hunt for, so let's have a little wander around, shall we? Well, let's have a sleep first, because nighties are coming. Right. Right, we turn that off as well. Now there's horsetail. And I think that's the one we've already got, isn't it? Oh yeah, you. No, your magic flower. The blood orchids, I can't remember what the hell they look like. And we could walk past them. Again, this is the part of the challenge and the fun. Honest. Hi Bacon, how's it coming? Well, the keep's getting bigger. We've been working on the lumber mill today, so Not so much on the keep and more on the supporting infrastructures, but getting there. Have a little bit more horsetail. And that's all chamomile over there as well, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. I'm trying to think where you get some of the other ones. Probably desert is a... Yeah. Alright, let's just head back across. Those cataplants are great, but the keep's coming along nicely. I think we probably need to head up into the desert area and just see what we can find. There's also see, that is suicide on legs at the moment. I think we might be able, I mean, I suppose I could always have a try. No, I think we should go and aim a little bit lower to start off with. And so I'll head to the desert. I don't know why I've come. I don't know why I actually came all the way back in to go back out. But if we head out to that desert area, then we should be able to kill a couple of birds with one stone. We can check out for plants and the likes, and I'll keep my eye open for stuff. Come on. How much do I have to break to get a drink out of this thing? There we go. But yeah, we've got the log stacks are working. Definitely get those finished for the next stream. Get the 2 logs. Donkey? No, I don't want a donkey. Ah, here we go. Ginseng. That's one of the ones you want. Hello. Grab those. Nope, that's not one though. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit painful if we're not careful. Finding some. I mean, that's 4 of the plant types we need. I'm just trying to remember what the hell bloodroot looks like. Yeah, you're from plants. You're no use to me whatsoever. A Scarlet Pimpernel. Aloe vera, that's in the desert, so we'll definitely, because I'm just looking at it. That's why I went, ooh, aloe vera. Aloe vera. So, oh. We should come and grab some, you know what, I don't know. How am I for... I've got some wood on me. We know there's quartz down here. And quartz would be something that would be really, really useful. While I run around breaking aloe vera. Quartz. I really do think that would be a good idea. We've got some sticks on us. It wouldn't take that much to go. I should have my prospector's pick. I do. Got some torches. That's got it. Wood we ain't short on. However, crafting bench I am short on. Get some ladders. I like, generally speaking, to try and have slightly more ladders than that. When I'm doing the tunneling down to get the resources, I like to have enough ladders to get me all the way down to bedrock, and that will. And that can go away. So once you've got, you know, there's quartz in the chunk you're in, F9, that gives us the spot. This is the chunk, and this is the middle of the chunk, so off we go. Straddle the line all the way down. I'm going to guess that quartz is going to be spawning quite deeply. I could check actually, but I don't know whether have I got the book. I don't think I have. Well, don't remember how. Oh, I've Depth Strider book. Maybe that's why we were getting excited about Depth Strider. Right, let me have a look at the book. Is based on wooden pick. I can do that. Let's just check that out quickly. No, I can't do that because I just used all my logs, didn't I? Damn it. Alright, doesn't matter. We'll find it. I've done it well enough without the book so far. Just periodically checking and then all the way down. And then again, a bit more checking around. I think he's going to be low level, quite deep, though. I really do. I think you're going to be closer to bedrock on this one. What are we at now? 35. We should be getting closer. Oop. We know there's a cave around the area then. Yep, quartz is down. There you go. We found it. So at this point, now did I make? I did. So this axe has got fortune, and we know from let me get the bloody highlight off. We know from the mod, how this mod works, that it will actually fortune blocks that are affected by fortune, or it should do. So what we shall do, interesting, it's a very very narrow blob of quartz. But I think we should get a reasonable amount. Okay. Well, that's a nice big hole in the ground. I would also like to make a bigger hole in the ground off this way a little bit, so I can get rid of some of the crap in my inventory, because I'm going to need it for all the quartz we're going to get. No, that's not helping at all. And that. We'll keep you, and that can go, and we'll keep that. And then that can go back in there. So, if all things being equal, if I mine that, we get a whole 1 quartz. There's 2 quartzes. However, so that definitely fortune is helping. So So I'm going to get a whole load of this quartz. What are we at now anyway? 20 minutes. Oh crap, don't tell me you've spawned a whole load of sandstone in the middle. That would be depressing. Now, obviously I want quartz for two things. One is to... it's getting dark. One is to get my sword sharpened, and the other one is for my bow, and then of course quartz, for the hell of having quartz. But that should see us, hopefully this vein isn't just completely, I mean I've only got 46 out of this, which is a bit depressing. Not very depressing, but it's a bit depressing. Okay, well, that's probably we're coming up on time to finish anyway. So, and I'd love to know how close this bloody skeleton is. But this is a double benefit really, because it also gives me the experience, so we can think about enchanting going forward as well. However, right now I just need to think about quartz. So yeah, I think at this point I'm going to probably wrap up the stream. I've still got my dinners to make for next week, and I've got box fit in the morning, so that'll be entertaining. Hopefully my shoulders won't ache quite so badly after it. But yeah, I think on that note we'll probably call it a day. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you soon. And bye for now.